Hello. Well, I'm out of my comfort zone again. The Lord keeps leading me to get out of my comfort zone in many areas of my life, and this is one of those times I believe. I was inspired to share a word with anybody who would listen, even if it's just one person. It's just one person that'll listen. But yeah, so here it goes. I just got off the phone, and during the conversation, my heart was really touched. I was inspired, and of course, inspired to give this word, even if it's just for encouragement for anybody. Just going back to how it just feels like King Louie's out here, so if you hear any background noise, that's him. Anyways, going back to how life just seems to come at you hard at times, where it's like you can't seem to catch your breath, or you have one challenge after another, or another thing going wrong after another, and it just keeps coming at you over and over, and you're like, why? Like, why can't I just catch a break? I know we all go through those times. We all face those times. It's part of life. But the encouraging part is there's always a rainbow at the end of the storm. You might have your storms come and go, and I know some seem longer and more drawn out and like it's never ending. But there will be a rainbow, and you will have your time where it'll be more calm. You'll have the calm after the storm. I know I've been through mine. And I know it rises up a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, worry, stress to the limit on many situations that I know a lot of you can relate. Go as far as finances, vehicle malfunctions, I don't know, house problems where you can't pay, or you got a crazy landlord. Let's say groceries, for an instance, nowadays, because it's so expensive, and it's just like it causes stresses, it causes worry, and you get anxious, and it almost takes a toll on your health because you're so worked up and stressed during those hard times. I know during my time when I was away from the Lord, where I'd fallen far away. I remember going through trials and bad things happening, and I was at the point where I would literally be like, why are you doing this to me, God? Why can't I catch a break? Why are all these bad things happening? And it's like my whole mindset was way different back then, and I was still young, and you know, it doesn't really have to do with age, but I mean, you could be in any walk of your life, and you're just asking why. Like, why me? I thought I was a good person, you know? I do good things, I do good deeds. Like, why am I being punished? And it does, it feels like you're getting punished through these trials and through these storms of life. But now that I have reconnected and come back to the Lord, and now I look back at those times, I know He was always there. Even when I pushed Him so far away, He was always there. And the evidence is all around. He, during my growth in this season that I'm in, He's brought me back to those times and has showed me, and has got evidence all over it, that He never left me. Even as far as I ran away from Him, He never left me. And we would make it through our trials. I'd make it through the storm. I don't know how, and back then I didn't know how, but now I know, and it's like God always provides. Even when you don't believe, even when you're not close with Him, and you're left to question, like, how did I make it through that? Like, how did that happen? Or how did this finance come through? How did this... It's just anything. It's almost like a miracle, and you're like, well, you know, okay, I guess it's my rainbow. But through my journey, like I said, growing with the Lord, now that I go through trials and harder days and stuff, now it's like I learned to cope better with it because I find my strength in him. Even as far as like my emotions, like he helps me with the anxiety, with the stress, with the worry, and it's almost like there's none. Like, of course, you still have moments where it's like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Or how are we going to pull this off? How are we going to do this in time? But then, my mindset has changed. And it's all about that. And it's like when you focus that there will be an end to it, that he will provide, that he will be by your side during that time too, it almost brings such a calm. So like I said, if anything with this word, even if you're not a follower or you don't believe in God, he's still there and he's still with you, and things still work out for the better. You might go through your storms, but at the end of the storm there is a rainbow, and you will have your time of your calmness. And it, sitting here thinking now, like I said, this is not my thing. I don't do this. I guess what I want to say is don't blame your hardships on God. He's not there to punish you. When you think there's no light at the end of the tunnel and your first result is to like take it out on him, he doesn't punish you. He loves you. He loves you even when you don't love him back. He always loves you. But he's not punishing you. That's not what he does. Those are pretty much lies that the enemy puts on you. God wants good for us. But even just through these trials, he might be even teaching us things. Like, I come out of some storms and I'm like, I learned something about myself. And it's something that he showed me. Like, I am stronger than I thought. Even just like figuring out the truth over lies that the enemy has put over me over the years, where I was lost, as an example, that I'm worthless, that I'm not strong, and I don't deserve anything. And it's like he's actually going back and he's speaking truth over those lies, which is incredible. So even when you think you're just going through the hardships and everything and you're just being punished, and that's what it feels like sometimes, I know because I've been there, he's not punishing you. It's not a punishment. We all go through these trials. Even Jesus himself, when he was here, he went through life. He sweated. He had to work hard. He bled. He cried. He had emotions too, but he knew where to put his focus on. He knew where his strength came from. So if anything, if it's just for encouragement, your storm will end. And if you don't learn anything from it, you might even just learn something about yourself. And that right there, I think, is a lot. You might learn that you're a lot stronger than you thought you were. You might learn that you're worth more than you thought you weren't before. But I hope this word encourages and inspires somebody else, as it did with me, and touched my heart and kind of had me reflecting back to all my hard times. And it's like, he's always there. And I hope you have a great day.